And we're live.
Oh, I was going to say, so I mentioned on PKN this week that my friend Big Mex that I play PUBG with, he was telling us while we were playing, he's like, yeah, so I own some properties down here in Mexico, went out in the backyard yesterday, count them, 2 human heads in my backyard, fresh human heads, disembodied human heads, fresh human heads in my backyard. And we were like, what? That's fucked, man. And I believed him, but it was like, maybe he's just pulling my leg. He's like, you guys want to see pictures? And we were like, no, we don't. But then I mentioned it to Woody and he's like, what? I'd love to see some pictures of some human heads. So those have been forwarded to you, Woody. I don't know if you've checked them out yet, but if you open your email right now, you could look at those human heads live on the show.
I don't think he said. I've been on top of my email. I don't
Chiz,
have any
it's Chiz posted right there the particular email they were sent to. I don't want to say it out loud, you know.
Okay, thank you for that. Let me see.
But they were sent to Chiz, and Chiz forwarded the pictures of the human heads onto you. They are good luck.
I do not want to see the human heads.
Well,
I've seen
that's
too
a
many
bummer.
human heads on the internet.
Their souls will never go to the afterlife now.
is that what the Native Americans thought?
Yes.
Who is this guy?
He's a guy I play video games with online. I don't actually know him or anything. I know him as Big Mex. I imagine he's a large Mexican man. But he found some human
he's
heads.
part of our whack pack. He's Cartel Carlos. You know, he brings his own heads.
Yo, Holmes, I got all kind of body parts. You want to see body parts? I got them.
If I wouldn't be really that chill if 2 body parts, not even heads, showed up anywhere around my home.
Well,
I'd be like, they didn't just leave this here on accident. They had the wherewithal to get rid of the rest of the bodies. So
Oh, no.
clearly this is here left for a reason.
The rest of the body was apparently strewn down the highway a bit at a time. So he explained that he said that basically the cartel was a lot like the Italian mafia, how they weren't just senseless, violent, evil people necessarily. Okay, they often had a purpose in their violence, a bit of method to the madness, if you will. And in this instance, these gentlemen were thieves. And the first time they were caught thieving, they would lose a finger or several fingers or even a hand. But this was the second or third time that these 2 had been caught. And so they were completely disembodied and the heads were left there. The torso's a bit farther down the road and like the hands, you know, just they were scattered about, strewn down the
Kyle, tell your friend to send me more pictures. I can't make heads or toes out of this thing here. It really looks like 2 gigantic sliced up baked potatoes, and they fill most of a pickup truck bed. They're still in the pickup truck bed. And I just don't see faces in it.
How do 2 heads fill most of a pickup truck?
Well, you're in luck. I'll send it on to you.
Okay.
I want to see it now. Come
Here,
on.
just tweet it out and I'll see it.
I'm not exactly
I'll give you
sure
an
how to
RT.
say this.
We can both get suspended.
Holy shit, man. Yeah, he told me a story about some other guy who was apparently like some semi-famous Mexican singer, and he had slept with a cartel member's wife, and they let it slide the first time, but he slept with her again and they caught him, and so they cut his dick off, shoved it in his mouth and shot him. So
They let it slide the first time?
right, because he's a famous. I was like, they let it slide. He's like, well, he's like a famous singer, and like the bosses were like, hey, you know, just let's let it slide one time, you know, like I guess
I'm
they
a
like
regular person, and I might have killed him.
Well, you're regular.
Well, then Chiz, let's not put them in the chat if these pictures are fucking graphic as fuck, to quote Chiz.
Too late. They're uploading. I sent them a while ago. I just have a bad.
That was so upsetting. Chiz, is this going to put me in a sour mood?
No, come on.
It's nothing.
I'm totally joking. It's
Oh.
fine. It's all fine. We've watched some terrible things here. I have seen much worse than this. I hope they at least ate the rest of the parts. Leave nothing to waste. Very difficult to survive.
I imagine you as you do that accent so well that I think you're almost at a Robert Downey Jr. level where you could go blackface and do that accent and just as long as you smile a lot, it's not racist.
Oh, like with like the head bobbing. Oh, we are just happy for you to be here. Like with that, like you're the guy in like the have you ever gone to like Jamaica or something like that? Like this is not a Jamaican accent, obviously.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's always like that like dude who clearly is not just hanging around the resort, who clearly lives in some corrugated tin roof shack nearby, but he has to have that giant smile on, you know, the whole time. Fuck. These the pictures?
You got the pictures?
Oh my God, Woody!
Don't they look like just giant baked potatoes?
Woody,
in a
that's
picture
their
truck bed?
torso, all sliced up, torture style.
I'm trying to see head in this thing.
No, but the heads are cut off.
These are the torsos.
To be fair to Woody,
I don't even see arms or legs.
They've been cut off as well.
Well, you know, it's hard to identify just a big. There's no nipples.
Yeah, I guess I'll download it. All right,
Aren't
let's
that
get a
off
closer
nipple?
look.
Jesus Christ, those are incredibly graphic.
They're straight up baked potatoes. I don't even see human in this.
What he means by that is that their flesh is the color of a baked potato because A, they're Mexican, and B, they have decomposed to some extent, but they are covered in these long, deep slashes, and they are just a torso in the back of a truck.
So that when you cook them, they don't pop.
Yeah, that's right. You know how you punch the holes in a baked potato before you... Yeah, same exact thing here. Yeah, they're in a back of a truck, and I don't speak Spanish, nor do I read it. So I don't know what those signs say, but I'm just going to throw a wild guess out, and they probably say something like, this is what happened to thieves around here, or something like that.
Look at the cuts on their backs. They form letters.
It's funny. I don't speak Spanish, but I do read it. Esto España, los que apoyo a los It's get a little fuzzy.
Claros.
Playeron en Aparatzinan, and then the rest is too fuzzy. I don't know.
God knows what you just said.
Yeah,
God
I don't know either, but I swear I can
summoning the cartel
Spanish.
to his home.
he's saying this is a message for the cartel boss.
These are the poster boards that these two gentlemen.
My name is Woody. Like that's what it translates to.
What if it translates to like these are the poster boards that these two were holding up? You know, threatening the cartel before we cut their heads and limbs off and carved.
Cartel on this. We have no beef with them, and we don't want them to come hunt us down and murder us. I mean, Woody might. I can't.
The cartel
it depends on what he read
with ISIS and see where that goes.
I mean, geography might be a difficult play there, but aside from that, ISIS has been so wiped out. Like you gotta say the cartel would fucking trounce them. Like it wouldn't be close, you know. Like the drug money they have, or then again, ISIS has got that Iran money.
Yeah, ISIS has money, and there's still thousands of them.
But there's way more than thousands of cartel members because there's way more than one cartel, right? Like there's. I know all of this from Narcos, and that was Colombia, so I'm making some assumptions. But
good coffee. I got some coffee called Igniter or something like that. It has twice the amount of caffeine as normal coffee. It is really getting me fired up over here. I'm definitely feeling it. I feel like I'm vibrating a little.
How long has Ben been gone? And what percentage of the show is
appropriate amount of time?
He's like 50-50.
He said he was.
I was looking at the dead bodies. I didn't notice.
Yeah, that's a hard 29.
Well, I mean, he's like.
I'm here.
He may have just been working through some dysentery. Yeah, that you got. that dirty water that you did.
I was surfing today, and I think I swallowed a turd. And oh God, it's not just sitting well.
I was letting you guys work through that one. I have a pretty wide envelope, but whew.
Yeah,
really, you didn't hang with that? I thought you'd be right there with us.
Was it the Mexican cartel or the
dead bodies?
He didn't want to offend the cartel. That's what this was all about.
No, we show respect to the cartel.
Yes, yes, we do.
They sell
how bad is it?
Oh, the image? Well, they're right here for your viewing pleasure.
No, not the image. The cartel.
Pretty bad.
Well, I mean, like, look up dismembered people cartel in Google.
People made into salads.
Because
They literally do that. They chop up people, and then they put like heads of lettuce and tomatoes.
Yeah, and they feed them to their family.
That part I think is fake.
I made that up, but that might just not have made it to the news.
I made that up.
They get creative though.
I've been to Mexico a bunch of times, and I guess obviously right over the border, it's not too bad. An hour or two into the board in surfing, because Baja, Mexico is like pretty minor. People act like it's California.
Yeah, well, I mean, Tijuana is really close to the border, and isn't it really dangerous?
I'm sure it's pretty gnarly, but I mean, I know people that go there to party, so I don't know.
I know people that go there for surgery.
Yeah, I do too.
We had a friend who was considering, I'm sure you're aware that, like, you can get like dental work in Mexico done like really cheaply. And I've heard of people going to like Costa Rica and getting dental work done and all kinds of stuff like that. It's a third the price, a quarter the price, shit like that. And if you need like a full, sometimes dental work can be $40,000. Well, our friend was intending, he's not going to do it anymore, but he was going to go get this weight loss surgery down there. And it was like all inclusive, $5,000. It was like, we pick you up from the airport. We put you up in the beautiful Ramada and we cut you apart and then send you right back home. And it was, he was going to die. He was just going to die.
Why'd he bail?
Because he was going to die. And we convinced him that he was going to die, I think. So now he's going to get
did he say, like, is that the reason he's not going to do it anymore? Because he heard us, or maybe did some research on his own and was like, it seems like risky business.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I doubt he's crediting us, but I would say, maybe he did some of his own personal research. He got enough of his fans like coming at him and be like, dude, just save up an extra, $15,000 and get that shit done in the US of A. That way you don't get septic on a Mexican highway somewhere and dumped in the ditch or something like that.
When did he say, Kyle, do you know that he's not going to do it anymore?
He said on stream. No, he said on stream a while back that he was going to like continue saving up so that he could get the American surgery. I think he found somewhere that would do the American surgery a bit cheaper than the $24,000 he had been quoted originally. Somewhere like, if I remember correctly, it's in the teens. $15,000, $17,000 or something to get that surgery, and you get to keep your belly button.
You get to keep your belly button, and it's no longer distended.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely worth it. It's save up the extra $15,000 in lieu of like a good chance of dying, because like remember the sites we were looking at for the weight loss stuff there?
Yeah,
like it seemed reputable, but if they're telling you to get in and out in 4 days, it's because they've got a bunch of other Americans coming in to do the exact same surgery, and they're probably not quite as extreme a case.
Yeah, man. It was only 1 day rest, and then you're back on a car, like driving to San Diego on a plane and out. I just pictured him in that airport in San Diego after they've dropped him off, just in incredible pain or doped up on medication, whatever they gave him, probably some extremely strong narcotic. It's a giant hole they were going to cut in.
But how big is that surgery, right? Like women have C-sections in their home the next day.
Yeah, in America with normal, body fat levels, right? Like he's, not to be shitty, and I'm not picking on him or anything, but he's got a lot of fat to cut through. You've seen how big his belly is. The incision would cut through, even if it were only a 4-inch incision, right? That's a incision that's 4 inches deep or 4 inches wide and a foot deep. Like there's at least
a foot deep, yeah.
A foot?
I guess.
At least a foot. Come on,
or maybe
green.
Yeah, a foot, maybe. I don't know. I'm having a difficult time picturing a cross section, like my spatial reasoning, like trying to like move this in my head, like a foot.
Yeah.
He's not a trapezoid. He's a sphere. Come on, you've seen him.
Are the organs out by the skin, or like is it
they're
fat
deep inside?
All the way through it?
If you ask,
he's marbled.
Like if you ask me like at gunpoint, like because this is revealing at how little we all know about what's inside going on here. Like aside from lungs and heart. Like, if you said, where's your heart? I'd be like, I'm fucking here. Where's your lungs? Like, right there-ish. And then if they said, like, all right, show me, like, where are your kidneys? Pass.
Right here?
Kidney. Or, yeah.
Yeah.